All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, we good now. All right, let me send this new link over here. Oh, hold up. All right, how's everybody doing today? What's going on? I see you in the stream, Daniel. What's going on? Edit, post. Save. What's going on? Just posting right now on the Twitter. The new link for the live discussion. All right, we're all gravy now. What's going on?
The Night King is coming.
Well, it's just off my webcam. My webcam's just not that great, but
Maybe it's picking up the sound of that.
from the stick, yeah.
No, the
Come on or something. Yeah, I did. I just turned it down right now. Just turned it down right now. I mean, overall discussion about the video guide or the episode. I thought the war had some good parts to it. It was a cool battle at certain scenes. There's a lot of plot holes with a lot of stuff, but I was disappointed on how the. I was just disappointed on probably the whole battle. Hidden Dragon's too strong. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're just pretty much going back over episode 3 that just aired. Watching it right now. Post in the comments below some questions so we can kind of go over it. I mean, it was a pretty straightforward episode when it's just a huge battle. So you know all the stuff that just happened. But I wasn't feeling it, unfortunately. I thought it was messed up how they put the Dothraki in the front lines though, and they just essentially just had them slaughtered. That was no bueno. See how it sounds with my arcade stick clicking. See if it's really annoying to everybody. That's not too bad. Oh, the super echoception. I'll cut that out. But it's not too bad initially. Okay. Cool. Well, hey guys, thanks for joining the live stream. Hey, post questions, comments down below. Let's talk about this episode.
Take this and go.
This was one weird thing that I'll kind of address. I mean, it's a huge battle, so like, there's not really too much to address. Like a battle happened, but Sansa, she was kind of above on top of the towers of Winterfell. Sansa tells her to go downstairs, which she should because she ain't gonna be fighting nobody. So she takes herself right on down the stairs. I gotta delete this other my fail live stream video. Give me 1 sec, guys. Let's see. Yes, Daniel, this is episode 3. Save changes. And we got Jamie fighting all the White Walkers. Another character I was like, why is Sam out there too? Sam wasn't going to do nothing. I mean, it just got to the point where it's like they're fighting the army of the dead, so it's like it kind of showed throughout the whole episode that it was like, how are they going to win? And you just honestly, it was just everything was just way too predictable. At least in my opinion, everything was just way too predictable. Nothing was like surprising or really different. Or honestly, the plan that they said worked because initially they were going to use Bran as the bait and then have the Night King come out. So I don't know. We'll see. Michelle says, I thought the whole episode was great. I think they did a wonderful job showing how powerful the Whites were and how heroic each of the main characters were. Satisfied with who dies and how they died. Unsatisfied with the end. And yeah, that's the main part. These characters, some characters did die. Not any big, huge characters. Kind of like some basic secondary characters. But we did we saw some characters that survived and other characters that I mean, like Pip's like second-rate character. We talked about that. So Jorah's a big character. I'm not gonna take that away. Jorah was a big character. Unsatisfied with the end? Yes, I agree. I thought it was pretty trash, actually. Mike says, bruh, my girl is the best ever. ever, best ever. Are you talking about Arya? I mean, I don't know what she did to get there. Like she like shadow step ninjutsu to she passed all of the White Walkers. I don't know. That was I don't know. I didn't like it personally. I did not like. I honestly, I mean, I didn't really like this episode. Daniel says, "How do you feel about this? Were you ready?" Yeah, I mean, I honestly like this battle. I mean, this battle has some good moments. I have a lot more questions than certain things, but like the Dothraki, they just let the Dothraki ride to their deaths. Like they just put them on the front lines and let them get cooked. Some kind of like nitpicky things with like the ice dragon, like shooting his fire at Jon, and Jon's hiding behind the rock, and the rock's not getting destroyed, but his fire can destroy the whole wall. Just a couple of nitpicky things. I didn't like how Arya killed the Night King at all. I thought that was I wasn't a fan of that. What's up, Mercury Pro? What's going on, man? I'm out of words. Well, I'm glad you liked the episode. If you did, tell me your thoughts, Mercury Pro, what you thought about it. It seems, I mean, they essentially, their game plan actually worked. Like when you guys think about it, like literally their game plan was they were going to set Bran as bait, and then the Night King was going to try to get Bran, and then they were going to find a way to take the Night King out. So, and I mean, it honestly, you know, they explained it last episode, and honestly, that plan worked. Let's see here. Mike says, y'all didn't like that ending too fast for the White Walkers to even notice. Yeah, but it's like okay, that's cool, but like it didn't like she wasn't fast enough to. She was creeping around those other walkers. Like, why wasn't she using her super speed then? Apparently, but she like blitzed through. I mean, let's see though. They sent the color folk to their deaths real fast. Yeah, they did. I mean, it was savage. Let's see. Just how are they going to make this all happen in one episode? All this build up to end up like that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, Michelle, we've only got a few more episodes left. I know they were gonna rush some things. Obviously this battle, they were gonna rush. And I mean, it was good. It was good that it was a full episode. I take that back. I don't feel like the battle was rushed. I felt like overall it was a good like siege battle. But I would say the way that the Night King died was just very subpar and kind of a cop out, if you ask me. I felt like it was an extreme cop out how they just killed the Night King like that. Mike says, "What do we say to death? Not today." Yeah, I did love that part. As soon as Melisandre said that, OG Serial Pharrell with the wooden stick, I did like that. I did like that part. I mean, it was just so. It was just so obvious. Like as soon as they were breaking down, Melisandre was breaking down. Like, okay, so you killed someone with brown eyes, you killed someone with green eyes or something like that. And then she says, and last but not least, you'll kill someone with blue. So it's like, oh, okay, so she's probably gonna kill the Night King, or a White Walker, or just some more whites. But I thought, as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be the Night King, probably. I thought something cool was gonna happen, like Arya was going to like do like the face swap with one of the White Walkers that were right next to the Night King and pull a switcheroo. But then I was like, that's probably not gonna happen because usually when you kill a White Walker, they shatter. They don't just kind of fall down and die. So I was like, that's probably not gonna happen. But for her to just kind of shadow step past every White Walker, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like we get it. She's sneaky. We get it. She's nimble. But how is she able to be that fast? Let's see here. Mercury Pro says, to be honest, I totally got satisfied from the whole battle. Not that much from the Night King's death, though. Hey, I'm glad you liked it, Mercury. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Overall, it was a good battle. They had a lot of awesome set pieces in there. So I'm very happy that you liked the battle. Like, how did Arya pass all these White Walkers? Right, I agree. Like, I don't know. Like, she just had the speed, man. She I don't know. Agreed. Her brother was in danger then. Yeah. I don't know. And then like the whole build up, like with the Night King like walking up to Bran, and then the suspense, and then Bran was looking at him, and I'm like, are they gonna do the whole Bran is the Night King? Is Night King gonna like are they gonna fuse into one or something? I don't know. I thought they were gonna do something crazy. My favorite part of this episode though was definitely when Daenerys tried to kill the Night King with dragon fire, and the Night King just stood there and took it, and then he like cracked a smile. I thought that was hilarious. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, man? You said Bran should have warged into the Whites. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing if Bran. I wanted to see a little bit more, like you said, Bran being a little bit more creative, possibly jumping into a White, possibly jumping into a dragon. Like maybe that would have been kind of sick if, like, when Jon fell off of one of his dragon, Bran could have like warged into him and started fighting like the Night King's dragon or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting take. Personally, for me, I thought the battle was solid. I thought it had some good moments. It being a 6-season episode, definitely there were some rush parts. And then I absolutely hated the how they killed the Night King. I absolutely did not like that like one bit at all, actually. Let's see. Mike says, I will agree with y'all, though it did happen way too fast and was super anticlimactic. They do only have 3 more episodes to wrap up Game of Thrones, though, so they had to go. Yeah, Mike, like you said, it was kind of what I was talking about on my last week's video. It was either going to be they defeat the Living Dead today, and then the last 3 episodes are going to be about the Game of Thrones, or they run away from the dead, they do the Game of Thrones, and then the last episode maybe they had the battle, the final battle with the dead. But it was going to be one of those 2 with just 3 episodes left. So, and it looks like the Night King got dusted. Michelle says, I don't know. I feel like they should have had been more of a creative with it, or a fight between Arya and the Night King. Yeah, that would have been interesting. I personally think the Night King would body Arya like mad free. But I don't know. It's kind of weak in my opinion.
The truth in the face.
Yeah, the Jon and Night King fight, that was going to be hype for a minute, because when the Night King was walking down the Winterfell, and then Jon started following him, and then the Night King he gave him like the sideways look, the neck turn. I thought they were about to get busy mano a mano, and the Night King ended up copping out and just rose to dead. By the way, I mean, another obvious part, the whole crypt thing, like as soon as they were like, oh, everybody go and hide in the crypt, I was like, the crypt might not, like I said this in my previous video, I was like, the crypt's not probably the safest spot for you to hide at, because they, like, the guy you're facing can raise the dead. And I found that interesting that John didn't bring that up to anybody at all. Like, hey, maybe the crypt won't be a good idea because this guy can bring the dead back. So maybe we shouldn't have everybody around our remaining people hiding around a bunch of dead people. But at the same time, where else are you going to hide them, right? And the crypt is probably the safest spot that they had left in all of Winterfell. Just had some dead bodies in it that the Night King brought back.
I just want you to know.
But yeah, Daniel says if he warged into the whites, the battle would have been won in 5 seconds, right? Yeah, it would have been, probably would have been a lot quicker. Mike says, we don't know what Bran was doing, though. He sent out some ravens and was gone for the whole battle. We don't know what's about to happen. Yeah, yeah, who knows what Bran was doing. He's always sneaking into people's minds and watching stuff that he shouldn't be watching. He's everywhere right now. Sorry if I butcher your name. Sotiris Petas. It was too much happy end after all these, so many lived. Yeah, a lot of characters still survive this, my man. Petas, I mean, there's a lot of big characters. Like, I'd say who was the biggest death? It was Ser Jorah, right? Ser Jorah had the biggest impact as a character on the show. Like Beric Dondarrion, he's a second-rate character. John's friend, his name always escapes me, the new Lord Commander. He was also a second-rate character. Ser Jorah was like an A-rank character, so he was the biggest death. I'm surprised Grey Worm didn't die. I'm surprised Missandei didn't die, because they had such a big build-up with like their love and doing all that stuff before this episode started. So I'm actually very surprised that Grey Worm and his girl actually did survive. But I'd say, hey guys, thanks for joining. We're going over the season 8, episode 3, the Big Battle of Winterfell. Post your comments below. Let's talk about this. Let's discuss this episode. Mike says again, though, they all still have to fight Cersei. This is not a happy ending. The Game of Thrones is still on. Yeah, I was never scared about the Hound, right? Because the Hound has to fight the Mountain, right? Like, we pretty much all assumed that Clegane Bowl is going to happen after it's been hyped up since like season 1. We kind of figured that out. Another character like Jon, Daenerys, like Sansa. I mean, it's just, all the main characters pretty much lived in. We knew Theon was going to die too, right? Theon fulfilled his destiny by, at the beginning, betraying Winterfell, having his transition in life, and him dying in the place where he had his real family. Like, as much as he wanted to be in the Iron Islands and be the king and everything at first, that wasn't his true family. Yeah, his true family was in Winterfell, and he died there as well. Mike says, Missandei literally put everything together. She did everything. Huge role for her. Yeah, I was curious when they were going to bring her back in, because obviously she had that prophecy where her and Arya were going to meet again. So they brought her back. She was bringing out all the fire tricks. The Lord of Light was in her favor. I think this is it for the Lord of Light. Also, I don't think they'll ever reference Lord of Light anymore, because both Beric Dondarrion died and Melisandre died. So Lord of Light will continue to be a mystery. We won't probably figure out anything more about that either. Michelle says, I wish Tyrion would have had an important scene in this, but he's had his moments, and I guess it was more important to highlight the battle. Yeah, I was curious if Tyrion was going to have a huge role too, Michelle, just because remember on the last episode, guys, he sat down with he sat down with the Three-Eyed Raven. He sat down with Bran, and he was like, let me hear about your journeys. And Bran's like, it's a long story. And then he's like, oh, if we were two people stuck in a castle in the middle of winter, what else could we do? So I'm sure they had a lot of discussions, and I'm sure Tyrion gained some information with that, because they just cut that clip. So maybe they'll bring it back. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, Mike says again though, they still have all to fight Cersei. Oh yeah. They still got to finish that off. That's gonna be the next 3 episodes. Cersei's new outfit looks pretty fire too. She's getting that red back. She's getting that crimson red, the Lannister style, repping the Lannisters heavy. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode though. What's going on, Tyler? Tyler says this last lesson is rushed. Last season was all about fighting the Night King, and in one episode he's dead because Arya can run past an army of the dead and the White Walkers general. Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that either, Tyler. I honestly, I'm fine if you win the War of the Dead in an episode, but just do it the right way. Like, don't cop out. And I feel like it was really a cop out way. Like last episode, they were like, oh, well, maybe if we kill the Night King, all of the people that he rose is going to be dead or will die as well. Which is kind of like, the most generic way to win. And honestly, I started feeling like that was going to happen just because how overwhelming the dead were in this episode. Like, they literally were destroying everything. And then when the Night King brought them all back, it's like, what are they going to do? Like, I'm just thinking throughout the episode, I'm like, how can they win this? And then I'm like, oh yeah, they're probably just going to cop out by saying if the Night King dies, everybody dies, and they win the entire war. I mean, it still does make sense, right? Because he has to physically use his magic to bring them back. So from a logistics, I mean, it makes sense that if you kill him, he would make it happen. But I mean, it is what it is. Also, I thought the Night King would be a little bit more impervious to dragon glass. Like, I would think maybe 3 or 4 hits might kill him, but I mean, it's, hey, dragon glass, you get touched by it, you crumble. Doesn't matter who you are. So, and then Mike said, oh, can we talk about the second biggest beast in the series though? Queen of the Lady Lyanna Mormont. Yeah, she got her in before she died. She was able to take out a giant, which was really cool. It was super cool. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode though. Let's chat it up. Let's break it down. Michelle says Night King pushed out against Jon. He knew. Yeah, I mean, it kind of I really wanted to see them fight, but to be honest, maybe the Night King just was like, nah. He knows which battles to fight. He knows which battles not to fight. And maybe he just thought Jon was going to give him the business, and he was smarter, so he rose the dead. And he used his broken ability. But it would have been cool to see him kind of dance a little bit. That would have been pretty cool. All right. Do I want my ice cream? Yeah, I'll actually have that right now. That'd be good. Thanks. Thank you. Mike says Night King didn't want no smoke with Jon Snow. He knew that he couldn't win that one ever since they killed the Viserion in the north. He knew Jon was not to be messed with. Yeah. I mean, hey, that is true. Yeah. The Night King probably didn't want to dance. I don't know, but it was cool how they built it up. He looked back, he gave him the half turn, And then I wanted to see him fight. I would have been a dope fight to see. But the Night King, he took the high ground. He took the high ground. He did the tactical move. You know, he didn't do what was cool. He did the smartest thing you could do, and it's just use your broken ability. Just keep raising the dead. Daniel says, JG answer my question. Did I miss you? Oh, my bad, Daniel. Daniel says, how do you think in this episode could lead to the next one, in your opinion? Thank you. Well, we already know, right? We know what's going to happen now. It's all about the Game of Thrones now. So now they're going to start taking their battle. But, hey, I mean, what a confidence boost. When you can oh, and here goes the lady Mumastein. Got him. But when you can beat the army of the dead, what kind of boost does that give you to, like, Cersei's like nothing now. Like, yeah, they have the Golden Company. Yeah, they have, you know, the Iron Fleet. But get that out of here, dude. You guys were successful against the dead army. Like, you guys can beat anybody in Westeros now. Like, just imagine the confidence boost they get. Like, this is a cakewalk for them now, pretty much. No, I can't lie. I wasn't livid, but like I did not like how they killed the Night King at all. Like, it's unfortunate. Like, I don't know. It's just like character plot armor. Like, if the Night King like turned around and snatched up anybody like he did Arya. If it was any other character besides like Arya or Jon Snow or like Daenerys, he would have instantly killed them right there. As soon as he caught Arya, she would have then been dead. Because we saw that happen with Theon, right? Theon tried to attack the Night King, and he was like, he hit him with the judo, bam, bam, and then he just killed Theon. But Arya, he grabs Arya, and then he's holding Arya for like 10 seconds. Like, what is he doing? Like, character plot armor, bro. That's all it is. And then he like looked into the eyes of like Bran for at least 10 minutes before he decided he wanted to do anything. Like, remember when he rolled up to the original Three-Eyed Raven, the Night King? He rolled up to the original Three-Eyed Raven and just swooped him. Like, it was like, he pulled his weapon out. He said, "You're gone. You're done. You know, no questions, no answers, no discussions. You get to work right now." He walked up to Bran and he got lost in Bran's eyes for like a good 10 minutes. Just enough time for Arya to shadow step her way into the Night King's DMs, apparently. But hey, guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. The Big Battle of the Living and the Dead, Episode 3, Season 8. My personal opinions, if you guys didn't hear earlier, I thought overall it was an okay war. I'm not going to lie. Watching Endgame this weekend, we kind of got spoiled on Endgame. It has so many good climactic moments. That while this was still great, there was just some plot holes, and obviously I'm not comparing Endgame with Game of Thrones, but it's just there are some things it just feels rushed. Like, it just really feels rushed. Like, and I knew that was going to happen with 6 episodes this season. Like, there's going to be some things that are rushed, but honestly, it's just not cool. It just doesn't feel good when the Night King dies like that. The whole story, like the whole show's been about the Night King. The whole story's been about his character and the battle of the living and the dead, and winter is coming, and all that stuff. And I mean, the very first episode, the first 10 minutes of the very first episode, they set the tone with White Walkers and the living and the dead. And, this is what the whole premise is. Like, even though it's Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones is technically it's checkers, and the living and the dead is chess. You know, the living and the dead, the battle of the living and the dead is the main thing in this world, and the Game of Thrones is secondary. It's the hand-me-down. And I mean, I just felt like they copped out at the end, like how they killed the Night King like that. Boom. What's going on, Jacob? Jorah, yeah, Jorah. At the very end, you know, he died for the right reason. He died protecting his queen, what he wanted to do, you know, and it served it right. I think it was a good moment for Jorah too. I kind of thought Brienne might get it too, actually, just because last episode she was knighted. She was at her highest point of her life, you know, being knighted, especially by Jaime. Jaime being somebody that essentially gave his abilities to, you know, he lost his hand and for saving Brienne and standing up for her, and he was the one to knight Brienne, and Brienne was at a super high point. And you know, in Game of Thrones, when some characters get at their super high points, then they get to their super low points. So it's a good one. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, man. A lot of stuff, a lot of battles, a lot of fights. Let me know what you guys thought. This scene too with Arya running. We saw this in the first trailer, right? This was in the first trailer of her running from something. We didn't know what it was. Unfortunately, it was just whites that were chasing her. All these speculations were, and granted, some of the speculations were maybe it was like Catelyn, or maybe it was, you know, somebody from the crypt down in Winterfell. But it just ended up being whites. Everybody was speculating so many different things, and yeah, it just ended up being whites. Hey guys, but let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know how you guys felt. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it the greatest battle on television like they said that it was going to be of all time? Yeah, there were a couple of things that I called. I mean, but there were a few things there's a lot of stuff I was wrong on too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this episode that you just kind of felt it was just a little obvious, but yeah. But overall, in my opinion, I thought it was bad, but I'm glad that people liked it. But yeah, guys, hey, we're just kind of chilling, just rewatching episode 3 of season 8, The Big Battle at Winterfell between the living and the dead. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Let's discuss it down below. Yeah, let's do the do. Overall, I'll say my opinions again for all the new people jumping in and out. But I personally, the battle was cool. I had some good moments, but I just felt like there were too many parts that were a little obvious. No really huge characters died, and that's not an issue either. Jorah was the big death, and then I thought it was a complete cop out at the end. I completely hated how they killed the Night King at the end. I thought it was Oh, it was terrible. And I like Arya. I like Arya as well. I think Arya is a cool character. But I thought it was terrible how they killed the Night King. Let's talk about Beric Dondarrion right here, man. Holding the fort down. That was the Lord of Light's purpose. The Lord of Light's purpose was to keep Arya and the Hound alive. Leaving the Arya and the Hound alive. I mean, right? Beric Dondarrion's been getting brought back for so many times, and it seemed like, I mean, he ain't coming back now. His purpose was to keep Arya and the Hound alive for some reason. I mean, that was probably the reason, right? Keep Arya alive so she can kill the Night King, right? Maybe that's what it was. I thought Beric was gonna hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door.
No.
Yo, I wanted to see Hodor Zombie. Where was he at?
I know you.
It's good.
No, I know you.
A little cookie. And then we got Melisandre. I mean,
You said vegan.
talk about her role.
And here we are.
She was somebody who was so loyal to the Lord of Light. And then after Stannis being killed, and after they lit an innocent girl on fire, Melisandre, she started not really believing in her prophecy, and was trying to really figure out what direction the Lord of Light was putting her in, almost to the brink of she started not really believing in what she was seeing anymore. And then for her to be kind of abandoned, and her to still trust her destiny and fulfill her destiny, to come back and help them out at the end. She definitely had a good story as well. She definitely had a good story. Mike said she thought she was abandoned when she was lighting the trench. Yeah, she did for a second. She thought the Lord of Light dipped on her. But apparently Lord of Light just wanted to be a troll, and he was like, I'll just he's chilling up in his God realms, just like, check this out, y'all. I'm gonna wait till the last minute until she needs it the most, and then I'm gonna light that flame for her. Because I mean, he's just trolling the whole time, man. No, I mean, I know that they were just building up suspense just because of the episode. But yeah, I don't know. And what was the whole thing with? Okay, so if they know that the Night King's coming for Bran, right? Because that's what they decided their game plan was last episode. So if they felt like the Night King was gonna go to Bran, you probably want some strong dudes there, right? You probably want to have some people that you probably could think might be able to handle the Night King or try to fight him off or something like that. But out of everybody, you pick Theon Greyjoy and a bunch of other random Greyjoys to protect Bran. Why? That's the people you guys decided to protect Bran. If you guys were 100% positive the Night King was going to come and attack or go for Bran, that's who you guys chose. I don't know. You picked Theon. You got all these characters here. You got some of the greatest swordsmen ever in Westeros, and y'all say, "Hey, hey, Theon's been doing a good job. Let's put Theon as the head bodyguard of Bran." Stop it. And there was some parts where it was like the dead really seemed like they were overwhelming a lot. Like it seemed like they were just waves of like just bodies, like, and it kind of like, I don't know, like they're kind of like bouncing around. Like, were there a lot of dead attacking them or not? Because like there's just points where like they're just kind of fighting and there's not that many people around them, but there's other times where they're like flooding with bodies. So, but that's also just a gripe. It's just a little nitpick. It's not like that's not why I hated this episode at all. Mike says they needed all the good people on the front lines, though. Theon, what was this left and expendable? I mean, yeah, I mean, if you, right, you have everybody on the front lines, which literally, by the way, let's add, did absolutely nothing. The people that were on the front lines, they all got slaughtered. And the only reason why Jamie, Brienne, Sam, you know, everybody outside didn't die is because they had character plot armor and they didn't die. I mean, but they got overwhelmed. Like they did nothing to the dead, to the dead. So oh yeah, I love this scene too. How the Night King got that smirk off. He's like, yeah, he's like, you thought that shit was gonna work, huh? He's like, he's like, they thought that was gonna work. He's like, got him. That's what the Night King was like. He's like, who that? Mike says, I want to know how the Night King used that magic to summon the storm. It's all the magic he had, or is that all the magic he had? I don't know, man. We don't know. We don't know what the Night King can do. Like, for all we know, he freaking could do some Aokiji stuff and freeze the ocean, or he could walk on water, or, you know, Night King could probably do all kinds of cool stuff, but we won't ever know because Arya hit him with the old trickery, the old switcheroo. You know, the Night King grabbed Arya and he decided that he wanted to hold her in that spot for a good 10 seconds. When if it wasn't any character besides Arya, he would have like Theon, he would have, as soon as he would have snatched this shit up, he would have ended up killing him. Yeah, Night King's OD. Night King is OD, but he does have a huge weakness. Like if he just stayed up in the air the whole time, like he would have been mad free. But he got knocked off his dragon. Where's his squad the whole time right now, by the way? Like where's his White Walker squad at? Like what are they doing? They just fighting random people or what? Yeah, here they are. So they must have been fighting like on the field or something like that. I wanted to see like the rolling head of Ned Stark start attacking people. That would have been funny. Y'all ain't safe no more.
Come on.
So now what's next for Arya, guys? What do you guys think's next? I mean, is killing the mountain going to be her, the next step? Or is it going to be the Hound? Will she end up killing Cersei? Well, honestly, no. I don't think the Cersei thing's going to happen. Cersei thing, I don't think can happen actually, because when Cersei was a little girl, remember she found that witch's code, and that witch fulfilled her prophet, told Cersei her prophecy, saying that all your children are going to die, and you're going to die by the hands of your younger brother. And Cersei's always thought that was going to be Tyrion, and that's why she's always hated Tyrion. I mean, not only because he looks like a monster and he's a midget and all this stuff, but also because she heard that prophecy from that witch saying you'll die from your younger brother. But Cersei had never thought in a million years that it would be Jaime too. So Jaime has the possibility. Jaime or Tyrion's gonna have to kill Cersei. It'll be one of the two. All right, guys. Well, yeah. I mean, to this point, I would say I'm excited to see the next 3 episodes. I'm excited to see the whole play of the Game of Thrones. We'll see how it plays out. Not a huge fan of this episode, though. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm usually a sucker for like these big battle episodes. I just felt like I don't know. I guess I just was too invested in the Night King and how he died. Kind of put a sour taste on this whole episode for me. But overall, it was still a fun. It was still a fun episode to watch. Absolutely. Yeah, Drogon had all them little ants on him, man. He was getting bit up. And then we had to play a Drogon. Drogon's like the king of dodging the Night King's weapons, apparently, because he dodged another spear throw from the Night King. He dodged one back when they were beyond the wall, and when the dragons got caught and clipped. And he dodged another one in this battle. So Drogon's just he's too slippery. He's too slippery for the Night King. But hey, guys, thanks for joining the channel. Live stream season 8, episode 3. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know how you guys felt about how it all transpired from the battle of the living and the dead. Theon. Oh, and Daenerys, I mean, did she ever learn how to really fight? I mean, maybe there's some side times where she always hung out with some pretty badass people. So maybe there was one point in time that some of those guys showed her how to kind of hold her own. But yeah, she was able to get off too and kill a few whites, which is cool. Sansa and Tyrion. I thought it was cute how she was like, "Yeah, you're the best husband I had out of the three." And Tyrion was like, "Man, I must have been with terrible company." I don't know. I'd probably say Ramsay was probably the best for her, and second Joffrey, and then Tyrion was last. Reek. This part was awesome too. Just the effects with like Jon like running from the nitro fire. I gotta start from episode 1. I'm getting my cable in Netflix on Tuesday. Nice, Andrew. I mean, hey man, you don't even need cable to watch this, man. Just get HBO now. You pay like they give you a week for free. And then it gives you every single episode of Game of Thrones, man. Like if you just had a week where you just weren't doing nothing, you get that free subscription. You could watch all the Game of Thrones for free on a week on your like phone or your tablet or your laptop. That'd be a long week, maybe a couple weeks. Watch all the Game of Thrones might take a couple weeks if you binge watched it. Viserion going crazy in the courtyard was pretty dope. Yeah, that was a cool scene. I don't know how Jon was able to hide behind rubble and the building of Winterfell, because we know this dragon's fire can knock down the whole wall. So I don't know how Jon can be hiding behind the freaking, I'm not even gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it. This dragon's fire could take out the wall, but he can't take out a specific wall in Winterfell that Jon Snow's hiding behind. And I'm not gonna gripe. I'm not gonna be too picky. By the way, that's not the reason why I didn't like this episode either. It's just a nitpick. I'm not being super crazy about that. I guarantee you, though, there are some really hardcore people that are upset about that, but I don't know. Where that sponsorship, though? I don't know. I need a sponsorship. And right now, guys, this live stream is brought to you by Honey. Bing. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's not right now. We poverty right now. We ain't got no sponsorships yet. Not just yet. The HBO sponsor. HBO my ban my ass if they keep watching these. They keep checking these videos on YouTube of me putting this show on air. Yeah, let's watch this part again. When the Night King shows up with all his goons.
Theon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming, like, if the Night King was able to catch Arya,
You're a good man.
why weren't the other White Walkers able to notice? Like, I mean, I get it, they're probably not as powerful. I mean, they're not as powerful as Night King, we know that. But god dang, I mean, and how did she move so fast? Like, what did she learn in Braavos that allowed her to move that fast? Like, I don't know. Like, we know that she's very quick on her toes. She's very nimble. Like, she's very light on her feet. She's an amazing assassin. But what the hell did she learn where she's able to zoom past everybody and change, and just nobody be able to realize it. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Mike says, I was mad at this. Brand could have said, hey, Theon, chill for like 30 seconds, man. We good. But no, he let him roll in and die. Right. Brandon's a savage, man. Brand is an absolute savage. He could have been like, hey, hold up real quick. Just chill for a little bit. Oh no, let me know what you guys thought. Thanks for joining me and watching this, guys. We're toward the tail end of it now. Not a whole lot of stuff to talk about in this episode. I mean, a lot of stuff was pretty straightforward. It was just a huge battle. We had some character deaths, and yeah, I mean, it was a solid battle overall. The battle was cool. Obviously, the show only having 3 episodes left, there were a lot of rush things and a lot of, I would say, very poor ending for the Night King. Very, very poor, in my opinion, at least. And then the dagger that I already used, that one is, I believe that one's called Cat's Paw, right? That's the same one that that somebody tried to assassinate Bran with, that Littlefinger had. But I don't remember where Littlefinger got it from. If you guys do know in the comments, let me know where Littlefinger originally got that. The Cat's Paw dagger, the Valyrian steel dagger. I'm just thinking, like, maybe it just has some origin, like that the Night King was killed with the Cat's Paw dagger. But I don't know who else had it before. Who had it before Littlefinger, or if Littlefinger just made it. I don't know. Yo, Littlefinger's alive. Theory: Cat's Paw killed the Night King. Cat's Paw was originally Littlefinger's, which means Littlefinger planned this all along. Littlefinger. No, I'm just kidding. Night King, what are you doing right here? Why are you lost in his eyes right now? Last 3-Eyed Raven you saw, you pulled your stuff out and you just took them out like it was nothing. Why are we staring? What's going on? Why are we looking at each other? And it kind of, I don't know. It kind of looks like, I don't know. It kind of looks like they're looking at each other because they're about to do something. That's why I was like, oh, the Brandon Night King theory, it might actually go down right now. Like, I was actually getting kind of hyped. What just happened? How did she do that? Why isn't she dead right now? The Night King literally watched her do everything. Let's go. I'm going to try to go back here. I'm going to try to go back. I might have just broken my whole video thing. Okay, no, we're still good. But let's watch this terrible scene again. Jon Snow's about to take fire like a G, which is pretty cool. That would have been cool if he would have survived that too, of taking the fire. All right, so he's reaching for his shit. Super slow and super dramatic. We then see the hair breeze. The hair breeze, because Arya is just so damn fast. She is moving through time, right? She is moving through the quantic realm right now. The quantum realm. Her speed is just at a whole another level. It's molecular how fast she is moving. Which I don't know. I mean, would she have learned that from Bravos, like the Faceless Men? Like, where does she learn this tremendous speed from? Like, the Faceless Men, they didn't really come across as like having like super speed. I don't know. I don't know where she. I don't know. This is crazy to me. Okay, so then she pops out of nowhere. The White Walkers, the guys that are loyal to the Night King, they still haven't done shit this whole time. The Night King, since he's such a G, he's such an amazing character, right? He was able to sense Arya, turn around, and I mean, he's got her by her grass now. She's pretty much done. And what is he doing right here? He got her, right? Like, she should have been like, he could have like snapped her neck. He could have probably like maybe grabbed the dagger with her hand and like stabbed her with it. He could have maybe turned her in the eyes. I don't know. He could have done. I don't know what he could have done. This is what's kind of weird. He sees everything Arya does before Arya kills him. She drops Cat's paw. He is looking dead ass at her hand as she dropped it. She then grabs Cat's paw with her other hand. Look, you could see that. You could see his eyes. He literally sees what she did. He is literally he literally saw everything she did. And yet he still got stabbed. Terrible. I don't even like it the second time I watched it. No. I think it's a lot worse now that I kind of broke it down. Cool. Well, all right, guys. That is the episode of season 8, episode 3. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I'm gonna end the stream here. For me, I'm pretty disappointed on the Night King's death and how they ended. But hey, we still got 3 episodes left. I'm excited to see some more Thrones. Let's break it down. You guys have a good rest of your day. You're in night now, and hey, come back for the live stream next week. We're gonna be doing it again. We're gonna keep doing it every single week. More Thrones, more JG. If you've actually just watched this entire stream, or if you've watched my archive video and you got to the very end, I want to say thank you so much for watching my live stream or my my video post of this live stream. And hey, I make videos every single day when it comes to TV, movies, video games, all kinds of stuff. So please do yourself a favor. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button, and I'll be making more videos. You know, I'm doing this for you guys. I love making content, and I love doing this stuff to entertain you guys. And I want you guys to come back and hopefully enjoy more stuff I'll be doing in the future, all right? But all right, guys, you guys have a good one. Enjoy. I'll see you around. Have a good one. Thank you.